Hey guys, I'm out in the garden today. I wanted to show you a little how-to on pruning your tomatoes. These here are actually determinate varieties. You don't really need to do much pruning, but I like to prune them up just to get a little bit more airflow. As you can see here, you can barely see through these tomatoes, and if there's not good airflow, you can get disease, and it's harder to see if you have any infestation of bugs. And with a little bit less foliage, it's a little bit easier to spray neem oil and BT. So I'm going to go through here and show you a little bit what I prune off. And before you do any pruning job, I use just some regular old scissors. I go ahead and clean them up real good, spray them down with some bleach, try to get off any kind of bacteria or disease that might be on them. You can do that if you want to bring a little bucket of bleach and water out too. You can probably dip your cutting utensils in that bleach water solution in between each plant, but I just go ahead and clean it once, then I go from there. Alright, I'll be back. So I've already been out here doing some pruning previously. As you can see down here at the bottom, I try to keep everything nicely off the bottom. Don't want any leaves kind of on the ground, letting the disease hop up on the bottom leaves or bugs down there. And it also helps for if I come out here and I fertilize, I can get to the bottom of the plants a lot better. So that'd be the first thing. If that's the only thing you want to prune, that's probably the best thing to do, is keep the bottom pruned up, so that way you got good airflow underneath. And also try to prune up to the first set of fruit down here. That's where I stopped last time, is when I got to the first set of fruits. But I'm going to go ahead and come up. I'm not going to do as bare pruning down here. I'm just going to kind of pick off some of the leaf nodes, and pick out any smaller suckers that might be starting down here in the lower part. I'll leave all the suckers at the top, most of the leaves at the top. And what I do is I sit out here on a bucket, and I have a bucket to put everything in. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, let's see if I can do this with one hand. I'm going to start just pruning up right here at this leaf here. I'll just chop this off. Chop this one here. I'll try to get in this. See, this here is, it's got a leaf and a sucker. I'm going to go ahead and get both of those off. I'm going to try to come inside in the middle here and try to get some of these leaves out of the middle. You cut them, go in here, pick them out. Alright, then I'm gonna see some more here in the middle, down here in the bottom. Way back, I can hardly see it. Like I said, I'm not going to try to pick them all out of here. Just want to get some of them. Get a little stuck. See if I can find a sucker in here. A small one. Not a whole lot in here. Try to get most of the small ones out. Here's pieces here. Here's a little sucker here. I'll pick that off. One back around this side. Pick that off. But you don't want too many suckers, even on a determinate variety, or it gets really, really thick on up the top. And you're going to have plenty of fruit here. If there's too many suckers, I think it makes the fruit, maybe makes the fruit a little bit smaller. So I just prune off some of them and get some of the leaves out just so it'll breathe a little bit. Alright, I'm going to come back after I have most half of these done, and we'll show you a before and after kind of thing. Alright, during my pruning I was able to I noticed some worm poop, and I found the worm, so I squashed it. It's also a great time to actually get a good eyes on your plants. I've also wanted to briefly kind of show what I'm pruning. If you can see that, see how this leaf node is going inwards? It's kind of all in the middle of the plant, and also this little sucker here. I'm trying to get rid of all the leaves that are pointing inside the plant, or inside the cages, going to other plants. I'm trying to keep as much outward as I can. I'll leave some inside leaves. I don't want to remove them all, but I want to remove the inside ones and any small suckers that are not quite at the top, so I don't have more suckers coming up from here and filling up this too thick. Alright, be back again. One quick thing is don't be afraid to cut a sucker that has flowers or some fruit already set on it. If it's in a bad spot, like this sucker was just jammed up in here with all these other suckers, it was all the way up in here. Don't worry about cutting it out. If you're trying to get some air in there, there's several other suckers in there. There's piles of fruit everywhere. Sometimes these smaller ones here, they don't actually make anything worth a dang anyway, so might as well just cut some of them out. Alright, kind of a quick before and after. I've done this side of 5 of the tomato plants, and you can already kind of see through quite a bit better. These are about done. I'm just going to go to the other side and see if I see any more suckers from the other side. But you can see after the 5th tomato plant how thicky and bushy these are. You can't see through these at all. But these, you can kind of see through them. It's hard to tell here, but I can tell a difference by looking at it. If you kind of see what I'm dealing with here is just a mess of leaves in here, and some of them start getting unhealthy and they can't breathe. Bugs get in there, you can't see the bugs. All through here is just quite thick of a mess. And here's one that I've done. It's opened up quite a bit. right on through. You can see I don't go all the way up to the top here. I let this still keep going untrimmed at the top. I might not even ever touch the top up here because I don't think I'll need to. It's the first time I've had these cages, so usually their tomatoes are already flopped over those other cages and it's really a mess. So we'll see what happens as these continue to grow up. I'm not sure how much taller they'll get. Supposed to be determinate varieties, but they're almost at the top of this 5-foot cage, and the cage is about 3 inches off the bottom. They're already reaching the top. Getting pretty close. Well, I hope this pruning tip helps for determinate tomatoes. Just to help your tomatoes remain healthy and ease to see bugs and spraying different things on them. Alright, I hope this helps. Have a good day.